is a Sports City, your home of sports analysis, so both local and international. My name is Bill Clinton Odhiambo, and this is Science TV's Sports City. Remember, we're bringing you a different edition this afternoon. We know that the WRC 2026 is right around the corner. But this afternoon, we are having a conversation with the official financial partner, that is KCB Kenya. And this is with regards to their current campaign that they are having, the Revvvisha na KCB 2026 campaign. And I just want to get a little bit of what it's all about. Now, kwa nini it's coming around this particular time of the year, and also we'll tie that around the WRC 2026 that is happening in next month, that is. But then again, to just shed a lot of light on this one, I'm having a guest with me. Her name is Nkatha Mutungi. Karibu sana.
Asante.
She is the head of integrated marketing and brand communications at KCB Kenya. Nkatha, once again, thank you so much for making time.
Thank you so much, Bill, for having me.
Wonderful. As we kick off this exciting conversation, right? For anyone who's listening this for the first time and wanataka kujua to paint a picture on what Revvvisha na KCB 2026 is, kindly do tuambie what is it?
So traditionally, when you hear cars and the rally cars, huwa tunasema watu wanarevvisha, si ndio? Kuna rev gari. Ukirev gari, even though it's the Subaru boys, the guys with supercars, when they rev the car, there's always that excitement of the car, how it feels and how it sounds.
Yeah.
So for us, we wanted to do that for your savings, because it's only you who can rev up your savings.
Right.
So over and above the excitement about rally, and rally being 3 months into the year, we wanted to take advantage of the time people start making resolutions and planning for the year to remind them about savings.
Right.
Yeah. So Revvvisha is really about amplifying your savings, starting to put something together,
right,
reminding people to be a bit consistent with what it is that they're doing.
Yeah.
So then at the end of the year, even though you've been putting 500 every week,
right,
at the end of the year, it is something big.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's really what it is, trying to build in a savings culture to get people to start thinking different about money, and just to make sure that they have something for that rainy day or something for that holiday, or just to start putting money away is a good discipline.
Right. And I like the way you put it, just the discipline aspect out of it, and it's sort of long term.
Yes.
In the vision that you have with this particular campaign. It is an extension of when it started. It started in 2025.
Actually, the first savings campaign we did was in 2024, but then we call it Gurumisha.
Yeah,
it was Gurumisha.
Yeah.
But then we thought, to change things a bit. So in 2025, we brought in Revvvisha, and that is now the extension into this year, because savings is a long-term thing. So we just thought if we keep on reminding people to Revvvisha their savings and what they're doing, then it would have long-term impact.
Right. They're talking about long-term impact. One word that is coming to my mind is consistency. And I like a tag that I saw somewhere in your social platforms, KCB social platforms, talking about that the year consistency in saving could open real life experiences or even meaningful relief and life-changing rewards. Is this something that is this the idea that you have with this campaign, especially this particular time of the month or time of the year?
Yes. It's actually the thing we want people to build. However you save, if you're consistent about it.
Right.
And in life we have to be intentional. Savings is not done by the flu.
Society.
You don't get money and then saving is the last thing based on what is going to remain.
Right,
You have to
right.
allocate a certain
Right.
amount of money
Yeah.
and be consistent, whether it is weekly, daily, every month. If you're putting in something every single time,
Yeah.
then there's a bigger benefit for you at the end of the day.
Right.
So that consistency is so important. I think one of the things, even as a brand, we talk about is your, and even as a human being, I'm sure you're very, very consistent in your other lives, in everything that you do.
Right.
So it is a thing we're trying to push. Yeah. Building that strong character around money and
Right.
just being consistent. You don't need a lot, just being consistent. Even though you have to save 10 shillings a day, you can imagine 10 shillings a day over the duration.
Yeah.
It is going to be some money that you can use for something in December. Can go into school fees into next year. Why not?
Yeah.
So that consistency is such an important thing to build in what we do. And even as a brand, we're chatting earlier, our
Right.
consistency in supporting some of our drivers, consistency in supporting some of the sports disciplines and activities we do. It's not just a one-off. So that is important for from a business perspective, but also from an individual perspective.
Right. You mentioned something there. Consistency over a long time helps in areas, for example, school fees, right? Planning and whatnot. And I want to tie this to the big rewards we are having along with this Revvvisha campaign, right? We are talking about the grand prizes here. A one-bedroom apartment is one of the grand prizes, right?
Yes.
And also we have 500,000 in MMF savings.
Yes.
Maybe I know there are others as well. For example, the monthly prizes and whatnot. We will get into that in a bit.
Yes.
But these two grand prizes, I would like to know, why exactly did you settle for example, an apartment, yes, for example, grand prize, and why, for example, the $500,000 prize in the MMF thing?
Okay, so interesting question.
Right.
A lot of the things people save for, especially younger guys, maybe even you're in that group.
Yeah.
When you think about the things you're saving for, people will say a holiday, and sometimes, when you're thinking long term, the school fees, maybe where you want your children to go to school,
right.
But also there's where you want to stay.
Right.
every human being has pride in owning a home. Hiyo ni mali yangu. It doesn't matter what it is.
Right.
So also in line with what the youth are looking for. People they're doing a lot of research trying to figure out, where do I put my money?
Sure.
Putting money in MFs, buying stocks. People are actually looking at ways to invest.
Right.
And property is actually a fantastic thing to have. We thought it would be an ultimate prize, and we've worked and we're so fortunate. One of our partners, Unity Homes, who is one of our development partners, actually came in and said, I want to be part of this, and gave us the 1-bedroom apartment in Tatu, which is, and we've seen how Tatu has actually grown. Right. It's a very beautiful place, has a huge audience right now. It's actually it's a community on its own. It's a town on its own. So we thought, what better prize to give to incentivize people to save?
Right.
Again, Kenyans are Kenyans. Lazima, you have to dangle a carrot for people to to act. So we thought, so if there's an opportunity, at the end of the day, no one is losing.
Exactly.
Because even though you don't get the grand prize, you've already made some savings, isn't it?
Right.
But for the one who's lucky, they will get the grand prize of the apartment, which is a big deal. It's a very good value.
Right.
And also, KCB is, one of our subsidiary business is KCB Investment Bank, is the one that offered the $500,000 on MMF.
Nice.
So that is a boost to your savings. So we just thought of what would be ideal. People aspire to own homes, so why not have that? If you already have one, then you can rent that one for additional income.
Win-win
again. Yes, so we just thought it would be the perfect gift, as opposed to just giving someone cash and saying, go away with it. Yeah. This one is something that you will remember for life. Last year, we actually awarded a lady, I believe she's called Joanne, from Great Rift, and we awarded her a plot in Vipingo.
Nice.
The joy when she got, I think we were watching that video and she was crying. You
cannot explain such a
Let me tell you, and this is a lady who she's running her business. I don't know that she's from Bomet or something, but she got this piece of land in such a prime place. It was her joy. She was crying when she was...
And it came at a good time, I can assume as well.
Yes, so it was such an honor to do that for someone, and I'm really hoping that we get to do that for someone who's really deserving. The person who wins these big prizes is someone who's really deserving. It'll be very amazing for us.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And let's talk about now the other prizes as well. The monthly prizes, for example, we have 50,000. For example, you can is it 50,000 for 50 winners in school fees?
Yes.
That can cater for school fees.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
What is the thinking around that? And also, we have, for example, Revvvisha. Revvvisha trip worth 50,000 also.
Yes.
And we also have a family holiday worth 50,000. Up in my 2022. Also, we have MMF, another money market fund, 50,000. Talk to us about the prizes, the other categories.
I think 50,000 was our lucky number this year.
They come out.
Everything was rounded off.
It's nice to start off with 50,000.
Imagine. Right. So, what is the biggest problem for people in January?
Wow, it's all over the place. School fees.
Yes, school fees is the biggest thing. After you've enjoyed December, people in January are looking for school fees.
I'm going to December. When I enjoy 50-50 because you know what's coming.
Exactly. So what we wanted to do was give people to kind of settle some of those costs that are usually there. So school fees is a big cost for people.
Yeah. So
we thought that would go towards supporting a number of people. Actually, the draw was done some time ago. So people, I think we announced the other week, the people who won. So that prize has gone, but we thought in January, it's best to give people money for school fees. And because it's cash you're getting, it can go either towards buying, completing the fees, it can go towards buying books, whatever it is that you need that money for. In February, the mood changes, isn't it? Yes. Watu wanaingia Valentine's, watu wana relax kidogo.
Yes.
The ones who some of us will be in the gym. So we know people now, because we're also helping people plan ahead.
Yes.
So we know people attend the rally. The rally this year is happening on 12th to 15th of March, which is earlier than normal. So we want to get people to come with us. Last year there were hundreds of thousands of people in you were there, yes, and you saw. So we will have a number of people. So we just want to encourage people to come. We will have a KCB hospitality area. So if you have a KCB account, you can just get in. So we'll be hosting quite a number of people in that space. And then the last prize, after March into April, we have Easter.
Easter holidays.
What do people do
Family
over Easter? Yes, they go for family holidays. So why not just support you in the things that you'd ordinarily do?
Right.
And also get you to save, because those are the things we're telling people. You can be saving for a holiday as opposed to just, acting on impulse, but start putting money aside.
Right.
So these gifts and prizes are really in that line, the things that people would ordinarily enjoy, and how can we support them?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, I just wanted to pedal back a bit because I'm pretty sure our viewers will be wondering. And all of this is sounding so amazing. Yes. We have the grand prize to be won, the 1-bedroom apartment. Talking about kwenda Revvvisha, I'm just kupiga sababu hapo na their perfect partner or whatnot. But we'll just walk a step by step how one gets into this to start. First of all, to opening an account, kama hana, right? And what are for your customers who already been there? How can they get into this this particular campaign and be active in it? So probably just walk us through how someone
through
should
the
be.
process. So how to participate in the Revvvisha campaign is you need to open a KCB gold savings account.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are a number of ways of getting it. If you're a KCB customer and you have the mobile banking app, and it's a new mobile banking app, which is fantastic. Yeah. So if you have the mobile banking app, you can actually go into the app, open an additional account. So you can open a gold savings account. Okay. Yeah. The idea of a gold savings account is to help people save for their goals. And that is why it works for this. And once on the app, you can actually select, this is the reason I want to open this gold savings account for. It could be for buying a house. It could be for buying land. It could be for saving for school fees, whatever goal that you have set for yourself. That is what you'd be putting in. And then you start putting in some money. So there's a minimum amount that would be required. I believe it's 5,000 shillings, at least to start off. And then every month, at least a minimum of 2,500. Okay. At least that you'll be eligible to participate. Okay. That money is locked for around a minimum period of 6 months. Right. At that point, you can ask it to roll over. If you're not a KCB customer, meaning you also don't have the app, the best way is, on our website, you can go in and fill in your details. Right. We'll get somebody to come in and give you a call and come and see you. So then they can help you open an account. Nice. Or you can visit, the nearest KCB branch in your area. We've actually gotten quite a number of calls and leads from people who are just interested in opening. Right. And then just start the saving, whatever contribution that comes in, then that would help. And actually the gold savings account is available for individuals like you and me, but if you're running your small business, it's also available for business. Right? Yes. Nice. Yeah. Nice.
So hypothetically speaking, right? Let's say, yes, I've opened up an account for example, January, February, nimeweka kitu, right? You say 2,500 at least, right? Then, sometimes, like at the moment, the economy is not doing really well. Now, for example, nisipate hiyo kidogo ya kuweka that 2,500. Does that mean, am I automatically out of the campaign? Or kuna venye, is that period, it can be, it's a bit flexible.
Yeah, so we understand that happens. I think the most important thing is how do you come back? Yeah, how do you come back?
They come back like a phoenix. You always rise.
You could come back with 10,000. You compensate for the period that you lost. So it's really about how you come back into the savings culture. Right. Yeah. So the more just putting in more money into the account, contributing towards your goal and your savings target. That's really what is important for people.
Nice. At this particular moment, a guest with us, Nkatha Mutunke. She is the head of Integrated Marketing and Brand Communications, KCB Kenya. And in case you're wondering, leo tunafanya nini na wenye benki? The KCB Bank is the official financial partners for WRC Safari Rally 2026 that is coming up right around the corner. And they have a really, really interesting campaign. We're talking about the Revvvisha na KCB 2026 campaign. And as Nkatha is telling me, the name of the game is consistency. Saving. We've just talked about the amazing grand prizes that are there to be won as far as, saving is concerned. And just to put out, just to give context to our viewers, the campaign is going through December up through April, right?
Yes, until April.
Up until April 2026. And kama ujaanza, it's still not late.
It's not late.
Start now. Wonderful. So before we just went for the break, we were talking about how you can get into the campaign. She started off by pointing out how unaweza weka 5,000 to open an account, then slowly 2,500 to build onto that. And as we continue with this conversation, right about now, Nkatha, let me just tie this now to WRC, right? And we were speaking about this off air when we were talking about how essentially or majorly WRC is majorly linked with the Safari Rally is majorly linked with young people, the youth, wengi sana sindio? And ambako kwa guzia Subaru boys kidogo. But then again also I'm seeing a situation where KCB coming up with this campaign and supporting WRC where the major fan base is also the young people. Would you say that this was your target audience or the demographic going into the Revvvisha?
Yeah, it definitely is the main audience.
Yes.
Because in as much as rally appeals to so many people, it is one of those. It's like football. The young, the old will watch. It's the same thing with rally. The young, the old will participate. But you'll find a lot of the people who go to Revvvisha, it's the youth, the people who are vibrant right now,
yes.
And even a large percentage of the current population. So I can't be running something. We can't be running a campaign and conversations if we are not talking to the youth. So some of the amazing things we are doing is that we're running a lot of financial literacy, and it is not complex conversations. We've partnered with some influencers to run financial literacy, just unpacking money. There are things that people assume that if you just had someone to tell you, then you'd make different decisions. And because we've gone through it, we know the mistakes people make, so why not come and give you that particular support?
Yeah.
So what we're doing is that over and above the campaign, we are supporting the youth with financial literacy content that you'll find for those who follow us on our social media platforms. There's a lot of content.
Right.
We have a blog on our website that also has a lot of financial literacy content. So we are trying to understand this young customer and the things they like. Even from a learning financial perspective.
Yeah.
But on ground, when we are in Revvvisha, we will be enjoying ourselves together with this young customer. So I'm really hoping they will come and enjoy the space that we've created for them in Revvvisha. It doesn't matter who you are, just as long as you're a KCB customer, you'll enjoy the space.
Right. So what I'm hearing you say is not just about saving the money, not just about money, but it's also a mindset shift in the sense of long term and whatnot.
Yes.
Right? It's very important because I'll admit for example, like coming up, of course, saving terms then is some the complex terms and up until you unpack everything.
We unpack it.
Yes, and then you get the whole sense of the whole idea.
Yes.
Right. Now, beyond the prizes, of course, what are the long term impact? We've talked about for example, they just the tunaenda, for example, Revvvisha, yes, but also getting that house. But what are the long-term impact as terms of the Revvvisha will have on the Kenya's the common youth saving culture that they will have?
I think you are right when you're talking about changing that mindset.
Yeah.
If we get people creating discipline around money, creating consistency around money, the benefit is not only to them but the people around them, because it means you're ready. You're ready for whatever situation that comes in, because you're planning yourself, you're putting money aside, and so you will impact yourself in a positive manner. You'll be able to support the people around you. You can imagine if you have a small child, ako maybe 3 years, next year anaanza shule, and you start putting that money aside, it means next year you'll enable that child to go to school. Exactly. And that's really, you get into that whole cycle. You improve yourself, you impact the people around you, and by large the community. So for us, it's really around how do we do things better. You're talking about our purpose, as KCB, is how do we do things better for people. And if I can encourage 10 people to save something, then that is good for them. You enjoy the benefit. I think the thing I forgot to mention is that you're putting your money in an account that actually has a good return. So you're not losing. So you put in your money, you get some interest into it, and keep on building from there. So the impact is huge from an individual. I remember when I was younger, there are times you actually enjoy life and you forget to save until the day something happens, and you realize that, hey, there's no money here. I don't have a buffer. But the moment you start saving, one of the most important things, and from that impact you're talking about, is freedom. It's freedom. Anything can come. You can fall ill. Mother can fall ill. Someone can, or anything comes. You won't feel that heavy burden if you've actually been putting whatever little amount of money aside over a period of time.
That's very interesting. Thank you so much for expounding that. And for example, just tying to that as well, would you agree that this campaign supports the KCB's broader financial inclusion and economic empowerment? For example, Ushasema, you get money. For example, you're saving to start off a business. Just let's not put a pin to any kind of business. But then again, does that tie to the broader, should I say, vision of KCB?
Yes, absolutely. So, one of the things, first of all, enabling savings on a mobile phone makes it a lot easier. Meaning if you have the account and you can actually top up on the mobile phone, then it makes things more accessible for more people. So the end game and everything that we've built in terms of platforms and the mobile banking platform, we currently have the largest branch network in Kenya. The access around things like ATMs, the Mtani agent, all those things are to ensure that there's a lot more access and people can access these financial tools quite a bit. So you can deposit money from all these platforms, as opposed to limiting to one. So it includes a lot of people, which for us is very important. There are also other things we do around financial inclusion, but for this particular, and that is really what it would entail. The fact that you can deposit the money. The products are also very simple. We're not talking about very high complex type of products. But how you can access them, how you can sign up is simple, and how you can, at least, somewhere every month you can just send using your phone, and almost everybody has a phone right now. Then it makes life a lot easier for people.
Wonderful. Would you say there's a link between disciplined saving and, for example, national economic resilience? Because tough times call for tough measures, and whatnot, and especially for young and informal sector workers, or maybe your consumers or customers.
Yes, it's the discipline of savings helps that. It helps for that as an individual, and I think I'll keep on referencing from an individual perspective because it's easier to give that example. You provide a cushion for yourself. I will give an example of even the the time for COVID.
Okay.
Yeah. It's something that happened that we were not prepared for.
Okay.
Yeah. You're not moving. You don't have access to anything.
Right.
People were not working. So if you didn't have some form of buffer, and sometimes we're not talking, people, when you talk about savings, they're thinking about big
large sums of money.
It would have even been a buffer to carry you through 3 months
Right.
or 4 months.
Right.
Yeah. So just preparing yourself for that eventuality.
Yeah.
And that's why we say the goals for savings are many.
Mm-hmm.
And when you listen to some of the people who talk about savings and financial literacy and things like that,
Yeah.
They talk about setting up an emergency fund.
Yes.
Yeah, there are certain things you need to set up before you even now start investing that money.
Right.
Where is that emergency fund? Is it there? Does it exist? And the emergency fund is also based on maybe your circumstances. You could be driving a car. That is the day. Tire, umegonga pothole. Tire imeenda. So what happens? Do you start going to borrow from people? So everybody, at least one thing I know is that everybody wants some element of freedom.
Yes.
But freedom doesn't come without discipline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we look at the rally drivers,
Yeah.
the wins they get at the end of the day just doesn't come by fluke.
No.
These people have trained.
Yeah.
They've invested in building something.
I call it delayed gratification. Patience.
Exactly.
Right.
So the thing that you like doing, just give up kidogo. Kama unapitianga hapo kwa mtaa unakula chipo kidogo. Go buy the warus and cook at home. You know. So, exactly. And that mafuta, the one you buy for the house, will run longer than every time going to buy chips and chicken outside.
You think about it, like,
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's those things that we have to change. If we get more people doing that, you can imagine how more resilient people will be, because you've equipped yourself.
Right.
You've empowered yourself.
Right.
Yeah. So you even make decisions a lot better because you know where the money is.
Exactly.
Watu wakisema leo tunaenda out, ulikuwa umepangia hiyo?
No.
So
Netflix and chill.
Exactly. Account. The beauty account is that you force discipline on yourself.
Yeah.
You lock the money.
Yeah.
You can access, yes, at some point where, emergencies happen. Things happen.
Yeah.
So at some point you might want to access that particular money.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a little bit more difficult. It's not like just going to the ATM to withdraw. Yeah. So there's that process.
Right.
But what we realized is that when we started doing the campaign with the gold savings account, we found people to be very committed, because even after the period, they didn't remove their money.
Okay.
Because, impulse, the beauty of when you lock thing. I think
really,
if so, you see some of the things maybe people would have withdrawn money that important, or they found another way to maneuver, meaning your savings are intact.
Yeah.
So what we realize is even after the period of the campaign, people actually kept their money.
Right.
in their savings, which is good. So it shows that the whole idea of consistency and discipline is checking in. And let me tell you, Kenyans are amazing people. They actually have those traits.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
They actually have those
There's
traits.
discipline, financial discipline.
There's discipline, yes. We do get derailed, we get excited sometimes. But when you have someone telling that for us is what has worked.
It brings in the sense of accountability.
Exactly. Yeah. And imagine you've been saving 2,500 every month at the end of the year.
Good
for
money.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Save for a wedding, save for whatever it is. Yeah.
It takes off that pressure.
Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
Completely.
Yes, it does.
I know we are winding up or coming up. But I don't want our viewers to waende bila kuelewa why. I mean, we were speaking about this, the coming back of KCB. I mean, Safari Rally, when the way it resumed a few years back, and KCB now is the official financial partner for Safari Rally Kenya. What does this partnership mean to the bank? Right? For maybe mtu anaweza dhani tu, optic. I'm pretty sure there's that kind of relationship, there's that value that this has.
Yes. The relationship with motorsports is very long.
Yeah.
Maybe now, because we're in 2026, we're talking 20, maybe going 20 years. We are a full.
Yes.
So it has been very long. What is interesting about motorsports is that it has such a huge following.
Indeed.
I think either after football or at the same level as football in terms of following. And we've seen the offshoots of all the other motorsports things happening. We know what happens in Masinga, etc. Right. You have thousands and thousands of people there. So this relationship for us is, because it's such a big asset, being part of it has been important. We got part of motorsports when we lost the WRC. Okay. That was in 2003. Yeah. We supported motorsports when we were getting back into WRC and what they needed. So we're actually the first investor. Nice. And sponsor. Movement, but the rally was coming. It was a candidate event, and after that we've actually put in quite a bit of money to support the event, because an event that has such a national drive is very important to be part of. Right. The thousands of people who are pulled in, it drives such a sense of unity and patriotism and togetherness for Kenyans, because you remember, I think there was one COVID period where the president then just said, it's rally, please go. Kabisa. And people were just happy to be together.
Right. The connection is they get together.
Yeah, it's getting together because of that one event. Crew is not two people. Exactly. It is a whole battalion.
Village, a whole community, right?
So there are inflows into the country, foreign exchange coming in, people coming to spend. For sure, once they finish, we've seen in the past, they actually go and visit the parks. So we're also promoting local tourism.
Exactly.
So over and above the enjoyment, it supports the community in Revvvisha. I remember there was a time the rally was actually over Easter. Yeah. And the people in Revvvisha made noise. The hoteliers, they made noise. They said, how can we have 2 seasons where we actually benefit
They're
from.
clashing, yeah.
How are you combining them? So rally must be separate from Easter. So Easter, we are still hosting.
Yeah.
So it does a lot. I think one of the things we've also noticed in a place like Revvvisha is the number of hotels and Airbnbs that have actually come up because of the rally. There are things that were not there last year.
Yeah.
When you go this year, you will find them.
True.
Yeah, it's the only place other than Mombasa that can host such a big audience.
Right.
So people have been able to invest in properties, invest in assets that are bringing them returns.
Exactly.
So being part and enabling a platform that does that catalyzes the economy, the community to actually make some money, make a living, for us is important. At the end of the day, that is the type of impact we want. Naivasha is different right now compared to when we started the rally.
Right.
Imagine it is ready for any other big event that comes.
Right.
Yeah, because it's already invested. Yeah. So the impact will continue for years.
It's a long
and
term
years.
Impact.
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Now, of course, now as we head to the Safari Rally, what is your message to Kenyans watching about Revvvisha and their financial future? Because you mentioned, you'll be setting up a hospitality area. So funds can come in and check in. Even maybe those who are not part of KCB can be drawn to it. Yes. What would be your message to them?
For me, my message is Revvvisha your savings, not just your car. Revvvisha, you will thank us later at the end of the year.
Wonderful.
But just build in the things. Revvvishaing yourself and your savings is about building in discipline. When you Revvvisha a car, unaongeza. Sasa hiyo unaongeza.
Unatakanga tu utaki ishuke.
Utaki ishuke because now you're building to take off,
right.
Yeah?
Right.
So it is 2 things. There is your money, your hard-earned money that you're putting aside.
Yeah.
And 2, it is about you as an individual and what you're building for yourself.
Right.
Right now, we know a lot of young guys are doing a lot of small businesses on the side. The gig economy is growing. Yeah. So we could be here, but then afternoon you're going to MC somewhere, right? Yes. So whatever you're getting from... Yes. So because you have all these things happening, sometimes if you're not tracking your money, you lose the plot. Yeah. So you get that from the MC 50% to NECA. 50% to NECA. You start building something for yourself.
Right.
At the end of the day, that is what we want. So open a gold savings account. If you don't have, start saving today. If you already have a gold savings account, Rusha pesa. Start building your savings.
Kabisa. Yeah. And that ties up to hata ni kama umeshaijibu, but because it ties up to what us to finish off with, because I wanted to ask you in rally terms, right? When nasemanga finish strong, when umeanza kama umeenda, sindio? In terms of also as a saver, as one who's seeking financial discipline, who is seeking that consistency. Would you also say the same to finish strong? Hata kama unaweka venye umesema uchukua kazi huku weka 15%, weka 20, would you also say the same as well?
Yes. Yes. For me?
I know for
everyone. Yes. It's about finishing strong. Yes. Right. We have to prepare ourselves to be a lot more resilient. So if Karan and Nikhil, our sponsored drivers, are preparing, Tinashe, she's preparing herself to finish strong.
Yeah.
Then why shouldn't we do that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. One final take. I know KCB is leveraging digital platforms, but I'd just like to know how is KCB leveraging digital platforms to reach sports fans and young audiences, so that they can throughout this campaign to continue. We talked about the long-term impact to try and not just even post April after the campaign is over. How is KCB doing this as far as
so last year we launched a new mobile banking platform.
Okay.
And this is one of the best apps out there. I'm not saying because I work there,
I mean, it's right,
but it is actually a very good app, and there's a lot of work that's been done.
Right.
To just in terms of building into it. Yeah?
Yes.
So the KCB mobile app is actually a main digital platform for everyone, but largely targeting the young guys.
All right.
A number of them have been able to open accounts directly from the app,
Yeah.
which is really good. But we are building quite a number of things. This year you'll be seeing quite a number of features that you can do in the app. But what we are saying is that this app works for whatever mode you're in.
Okay.
Kama uko Revvvisha mode, uko sawa. There's a way you can do that.
Yeah.
If you want to pay your bills somewhere, it is very easy.
Right.
You can link your card, your ATM card. Nowadays card pia upotea.
Yes.
Someone you can link your card to your account.
Yeah.
Yes. Even one of the biggest things we actually launched, was it beginning of last year, a multi-currency card.
Okay.
Yeah, KCB multi-currency card. Now this card has 18 different currencies. When najua utajipata umeenda Uganda, umeenda wapi kufanya kazi.
Yeah.
So or on holiday, So that card, you just load it and you can load it in any currency that you want. You can load it having linked it to your phone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is very easy.
Nice.
So the mobile banking app becomes your be all do all type of platform. Works for every mode you're in.
Right.
Ukitaka soft mode, uko home tu unalipa bills za stima, digital bills, etc. Very easily done through the app. So that's a huge platform for us that we've been activating for some time now.
Right. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been Nkatha Mutungi, the head of Integrated Marketing and Brand Communications. And we'll be talking about the Revvvisha and KCB 2026 campaign. The KCB Kenya are official financial partners for WRC Safari Rally 2026. Hopefully, tupatane huko. She has been shedding light on why this campaign is very important and why it is being tied to consistency as far as saving is concerned. Go check them out as far as the social media platform is concerned to get more know-how on this.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Once again, we're talking about the KCB, Revvvisha and KCB 2026 campaign. And the KCB launched its national consumer promotion. They called the Revvvisha and KCB. It is a nationwide savings campaign aimed at rewarding loyal customers while strengthening a culture of purposeful saving. Sindio?
Yes.
Asante sana. Thank you so much for your time. Hopefully, you have a successful campaign. Na tupatane WRC. Sindio?
Yes. Tupatane WRC.
Asante sana. Thank you so much. It's been Sport City. Once again, make sure to catch up with the program on Monday evening. My colleagues Felix Makona and Chris Mololo will be bringing you a detailed analysis of the games that have happened over the weekend. Once again, keep it Science TV. Thank you so much. I've been your host, Bill Clinton Odhiambo. See you around next time. Cheers.